How to mount bass traps. Bass traps are very common objects that you often find in acoustically treated rooms like a studio, podcast station, even home studios, due to their ability to absorb some of the low-frequency sounds. In this video, I am going to show you how to effectively mount bass traps for maximum results and save unnecessary costs associated with poor bass traps installation. But before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe for more videos about soundproofing. Without further ado, let's dive in. What are bass traps used for? As the name suggests, these objects are used to trap bass sound waves and prevent them from bouncing up and down, creating reverbs, vibrations and echoes. They are very common in various places that require acoustic treatment, including 1. Recording studios, 2. Home studios, 3. Radio stations, 4. Podcast stations, 5. Acoustically treated environment. Do bass traps help with soundproofing? Soundproofing a room is rather complex than most people anticipate it to be, especially if the room is already built. There are certain things you can do to sound dampen rather than soundproof, meaning lowering the unwanted noise, and installing bass traps is one of them. Bass traps will work extremely well, especially if you have used other sound dampening methods to acoustically treat a room. The answer to the question is yes, bass traps can help with soundproofing given other methods are used for maximum effect. Where should bass traps be placed? When installing bass traps, you can choose to place them anywhere in your room. However, there's some areas that are more effective than others. It is recommended that you place these in the corners of the room that you are planning to acoustically treat. The corners of the room are the optimal place to mount foam bass traps due to how low-frequency sound waves travel. Since low-frequency waves don't travel in a linear wave, it makes it difficult to contain. Bass likes to travel through walls, that is why the best spot to mount bass traps is at the corners of the walls. How to mount foam bass traps? There are many different ways to install bass traps, but some methods are not good due to the fact that they may damage your walls, which is something we don't want, right? Luckily, mounting bass traps is really easy and it's something you can do without wasting time or money. Follow the following steps. Step 1. Figure out where you want to place them. This is obvious, isn't it? But most people buy bass traps without knowing where they will mount them. Luckily, this article has already covered the best place which is effective for foam bass traps to be installed. Step 2. Calculate the number of bass traps you will need. This is a crucial step since you don't want to waste money by buying more than it is required. So if you are unsure about how many you need, I recommend that for every corner in your room install one bass trap. So if your room has 4 corners, you might want to get 4. Step 3. Get T-pins. What you will need to mount these objects is T-pins. Fortunately, these are pretty inexpensive and they are great because they will not damage your walls and great for temporary placement. Step 4. Use T-pins to attach them to your walls. This is very easy and straightforward. All you have to do is use T-pins to attach these to your wall. There you have it. All you need is T-pins and quality bass traps. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and share.